Hello, dear students. Once again, very good afternoon to you all. Just I have completed the migration issues, which included the global migrations as well as internal migration of India for the sake of your syllabus-based study as well as for the discussion into 3 videos. Because lockdown period is still continuing and we have to live at our home. So today I thought to deliver a lecture for you which is concerned for the nowadays Indian economy, and that is also a steps of revival of the Indian economy from the government sides. Okay, so the government has announced the stimulus package, economic package for the Indian economy. So let us think about that, whether everyone have benefited from that package or government has addressed certain priorities areas. So very honestly, we should think of that. So what has happened? We all know that national lockdown in India, earlier I told you, expected to depress economic growth to just 1.2% or below 1%. And all the reports are now saying that this is a severe situation for Indian economy. Of course, for the whole world, but especially I'm talking about Indian economy. So overall, in the globe, or if we have to talk about the complete countries surrounding the world, because COVID had affected almost each and every country. So all the governments have some tools to try to restructure their economics from COVID-19 effects. So we should know about major tools and then correlate with the government's package. Okay, what are those tools? That is, for number one is fiscal stimulus measures, and that is common for all around the world. The first is fiscal stimulus measures, and second is monetary stimulus package, and third is changes to industrial policy. So these three is overall measures to restructure any economy surrounding the world, and government of India used all three. Many of the country in the world have not used all three measures, but government of India does. Government of India announced the stimulus package, and yesterday you saw the RBI's again announced certain measures for repo and repo rates, repo and reverse repo rates, and government of India also reforms their economy, which focus to the industrial policy. Okay, so the US and Japan may rely primarily on the first two only, that is stimulus and monetary stimulus, but the US government has limited control over industrial policy, so they are not there to change the industrial policy. So this is the situation before I am expressing the stimulus package before you. Okay, so what is the economic package announced by the government of India during this lockdown period? Earlier, many economists believe that measures announced by the government and the RBI fall short of the support needed to aid the country's fight against the pandemic. The government, you all see, yes, okay. So, the government has announced a spending package of rupees 1.7 lakh crore, whereas the central bank has cut key interest rates and brought the target long-term repo operations to ease liquidity in system. in April 2020. The total cost of the recent package announced by the government during this lockdown period, announced by the Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Narendra Modi, was rupees 20 lakh crore, and that is announced for Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. That literally means Self-Reliant India campaign. And for the globe, we should translate into US dollar, that is 266 billion US dollar stimulus package. Okay. So he said, Prime Minister said, that the fiscal package which will benefit laborers, farmers, honest taxpayers, MSMEs and cottage industries, and these all amounts, 20 lakh crore amounts, the 10% of the India's GDP. And the government decision to provide cash transfer and free food grains to India's poor totaled around 1% of the GDP. So this figure we have to remind again and again. Besides providing a 3-month loan moratorium, the RBI announced liquidity infusion measures through different routes, including those of specific sectors like non-banking finance companies, microfinance institutions and housing finance companies. So the government announced all this before announcing the major 5 strengths, and the package emphasized on land, labor, liquidity and laws, and that supposed to be paid for the self-reliant of India. Okay, so this was the announcement of the government of India for Atmanirbhar Bharat. And unnecessary debates then arises in our country that whether this is really the 10% of GDP or not. But when we compare with the rest of the world, the stimulus percentage of GDP was highest in Japan. Japan package was 21.1%, US was 13%, Sweden was 12%, and Germany was 10.7%, and then comes the size of India's stimulus package, that is 10%. So we are at par with the developed countries regarding this stimulus package. So why this package came? Because as students of economics, or when we talk in the gatherings of economists, we all know that we have to move in a way of recovery path, and there are many size of the economic size shaped, that we called as V-shaped, U-shaped and L-shaped, and of course there is W-shaped. I will not teach this here because this is not area of this topic, but certainly I will talk about V-shape, and the package expresses the concern for the V-shape. What is V-shape? Which is the classical real economic shock recovery, displacement of output, but growth eventually rebounds. A V-shaped recovery involves a sharp decline due to any factors. So there is a sharp decline nowadays due to COVID-19, and the matrix followed by a sharp rise backs. Okay, so from sharp decline to the lowest low to the recovery path, that is a rebound back for the sake of Indian economy. So this package for the V-shaped economy. We have declined, we have reached to the lowest low, and then now through this booster package, we will rebound back to the path of recovery. So this is how government try to show before the citizens of India. So, dear students, so this is the reality of the package. And of course, there are some unwanted debate regarding this 10%. So, we all know that government has already infused into economy near about 6 to 7 lakhs before the announcement of this package. So all the economists were reducing those amount, but that is not happening because of course during the COVID era all the measurements from the RBI sides and the announcement of government's 1.7 lakh was direct measures to benefit the poor. We should not minimize or subtract those amount from the 20 lakhs. Okay, so this was the unwanted package, and this was unwanted debate was suddenly come with one article published in Indian Express earlier. Okay, so we will not go on that issues, but the math of the 20 lakh thousand what which they are debating is that in February and March RBI measures were already done by the government and 1.7 lakh crore were already announced by the government, and many economists are not adding these amounts in the package. But United Nations and many global economists are hailing this package, and they are saying exactly that yes, this is a 10% of the total GDP of Indian economy, and that is very fruitful for the recovery for the Indian economy. So overall, how this works? This works that the first package was announced by the government of India after the Prime Minister Modi's announcement was 1.7 lakh crore Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan package. And according to the latest government data, rupees 34,800 financial assistance using digital payment infrastructure were provided to about 39 crore beneficiaries. So, and also 6 lakh metric ton of food grains have distributed during this period. And then comes the special COVID package for the MSMEs, and on the 13th May 2020. And that package is exactly for the self-reliant India, because in that package slightly definition have been changed. For micro enterprises in both the manufacturing and services sectors, the investment limit is being raised from 25 lakhs to and rupees 10 lakhs respectively to rupees 1 crore and maximum turnover of rupees 5 crore. So this is drastic change and revolutionary change. The government procurement tenders up to rupees 200 crores will no longer be open to global tenders players, allowing MSMEs chance to compete. So these all are a very bold step during this COVID era. What were the 6 major reforms for the MSMEs? The first was collateral free atomic loan for the SMEs up to rupees 3 lakh crore, which means not a single MSME unit needs to pay any collateral or guarantee for the loans availed under the scheme. 3 lakh liquidity will infuse in the economy in the near future. And second was rupees 20,000 crore subordinated debt to stressed MSMEs facing an equity problem. And third was fund for the infusion of rupees 50,000 crore as equity into MSMEs. So three steps were directly benefiting to the MSMEs, which benefits the local economies. Okay, so our concern was vocal for local, which Prime Minister Modi focused on nowadays. Due to these 3 measures will fulfill, and the scope of Make in India is also strengthened. Okay, and then third package come, and that package was the special COVID package announced on 14th May, was directly to the rural areas. a 30,000 crore additional emergency working capital fund through NABARD, which is over and above rupees 90,000 crore to be provided through normal refinance route. And besides this, rupees 2 lakh crore concessional credit boost to rupees 2.5 crore farmers through the Kisan credit cards. Special drive will be given by the center. This all will infuse liquidity into the economy. Okay, and in a relief to migrant workers, which everybody is concerning about that, the launch of national portability cards, that is one nation one ration card, which can be used in any ration shop in any part of the country as migrants move from state to states. So this is very important steps taken by the government. And besides this, government had decided to give 5 kg per person of wheat or 1 kg per person of rice to per family, and also chana for non-PDS card holders for 2 months, which is going to cost the national exchequer of rupees 3,500 crore, and then initiated to for one nation one wage in coming years. So this is reforms which are taking place in the COVID era, and government, especially for the migrants, in order to employ the migrants workforce returning to home, the government has generated 14.62 crore person days of work till May 13 to help migrants find work who have returned to their home states. Work offers is now 2.33 crore wage seekers in 1.87 lakh gram panchayats, and as finance minister told that rupees 10,000 crore under Manrega has been spent in just 43 days. This is very good and very welcoming step. And for migration and the urban poor, the finance minister also announced affordable rental accommodation under PM Awas Yojana. So this addressed the concern of the housing facilities for the migrants labor. So the very welcome step is one nation, one ration schemes and national portability cards. That is a very good step for the sake of migrants laborers. And also next was the measures to support 50 lakh street vendors. Rupees 5,000 crore special credit facilities was provided. Government has to launch special schemes within a month to facilitate easy access to credit to street vendor. Initial working capital up to rupees 10,000 each. And digital payments will be incentivized through monetary rewards, and enhanced working capital credit would be made available for good repayment behavior. And government is there to support nearly 50 lakh, as earlier I told you, street vendors, and will provide liquidity to rupees 5,000 crore. So this was the next package. And then free grain supply for migrants to cost exchequer rupees 3,500 crore. As earlier I told you, this was the next step included in the and there is also relief for the small businesses under the Mudra scheme. Rupees 1,500 crore interest subvention of Mudra Shishu loan, and loan moratorium has already been granted by RBI. The current portfolio of Mudra Shishu loan is rupees 1.62 lakh crore. Maximum loan amount to rupees 50,000. Okay, so government will now provide interest subvention up to 2% for prompt pays for 12 months, and relief of rupees 1,500 crore to Mudra Shishu loans. And this is extra 2.5 lakh people will be benefited. Earlier it was benefited up to 3.5 lakh, and now due to this policy, extra 2.5 lakh people will be benefited through this Mudra Shishu loans. And then I earlier told that there was a rental housing scheme for migrants laborers, and PM card funds will allocated 3,100 for the COVID-19 relief, including funds for the ventilators, migrants workers and vaccine developments. And then come fourth package, and the fourth package was the structural reforms, which announced for the reforms of coal sector, mining sector, defense production, civil aviation, power distribution sector, social infrastructure projects, space sector, atomic sector, etc. And last was the fifth tranche, which calculated up to the amount of 20 lakh and 87,000, near about 21 lakh crore. Okay, so government has bifurcated all the amount in the last day, and the final tranche measures includes the 65% increase in allocation to the rural jobs guarantee schemes under Manrega. Okay, and the 10% debate was end when government announced whole the package and bifurcating the items of the package. Okay, so concluding part was that government was there to focus on their goal and objectives to creation of just world order based on integral and holistic life vision, and ensuring the national security, unity and integrity, building a self-reliant nation, preservation of a natural wealth, and balancing development of all regions and society as a whole. So this was the nutshell of the government's financial package. Students, hope you have enjoyed this lecture and you yourself go and research on this. Thank you very much.